Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. You got Se7en the Poet.
Say, Mike.
Comedian Keisha Hunt.
Yeah,
Yours truly, Al Rucker. And we have Nikki Woods. Nikki, who is this beautiful woman we have?
This is Dr. Laura, and we are talking about love. She's a licensed psychologist, widely sought after international speaker specializing in helping couples press the reset button after infidelity. Her signature 5-step training program. I love it when there's steps. Like, you know how many steps you got to go through. Marriage Matters has helped countless couples reawaken their connection to build better and stronger relationships. And they actually call you the marriage architect?
Yes.
Tell me about that. Like, how do you construct these marriages?
Sure. So a lot of times couples don't come to me because they're like just happy and in love and everything is going great. Couples come to me because, you know, their problems and their issues. And sometimes they're questioning, do we really want to do this? Can we actually maintain this relationship, or do we need to call a divorce attorney? And so for a lot of the couples that I see, as a result of working together and counseling, like, we're able to get to a place where they're back loving each other again, where they're back excited about the relationship. And so that's really where that came out of.
And so I'm interested because I was having this conversation with my girlfriend, and we were talking about this whole Valentine's, Day week, and the love, and how some people are in relationships, or they're at a point in their relationship where, like, you don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day. Like, you're mad at each other, or it's rocky, or he just cheated, or she just cheated. Mm-hmm. And so what advice do you give to couples that that just don't want to celebrate it? Do they go ahead and do it, or what should they do?
One of the things that I see is that feelings follow behavior. And so sometimes you're not going to feel like being married. Sometimes you don't feel like doing stuff in life. Sometimes my husband don't feel like taking a shower, right?
Oh, that's a problem.
But it's things that we still need to do. If we want to grow a happy, healthy, fun relationship, then we need to do the things to help create that, even in moments when we don't feel like doing it. And so a lot of couples I see, they have kids, they're living busy lives. And so to take the time out to cultivate the relationship that they want, it feels like, well, where am I find that time at? Mm-hmm. But it really does make an impact, spending quality time together.
And so one of the things that we've talked about is about not just using a day to show your love for somebody, and that it should be an everyday thing. What is your response to that?
I completely agree. Like, I feel like you have to do things on a daily basis. And what I teach my couples is something called the 5 magical hours, where it's things that they're doing on a daily basis to help create a closeness with each other.
We have to do 5 whole magical hours. It's like you can't do 2.5.
Yeah, you need to be paying for this.
That's a lot of hours.
Time is money.
Over the course of the week?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it had to be like a 5-hour block of time.
No. Let me break it down. I'll just break it down real quick. And so 2 minutes each day is checking in with each other. Every work day, checking in with each other. But what you're going to do that day, and me sharing what I'm going to do that day. And then at the end of the day, is 20 minutes per work day for reunions.
Doc, what happened right there? What you gonna do today? Like you turn into something. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
And so then at 20, and so then
I'm just a real psychologist. If you want somebody that's super stuffy, that's not me. I was like, let me give it to you real.
So then every day we have to have a reunion at the end of the day where we tell what our days have been like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so that's where you say, like, oh, I did this show with Nikki Woods and we talked about relationships. I love it. Or my
I'm gonna be part of the reunion.
I'm gonna be part of the reunions for sure. This is like, I'm pretty excited to talk to you. And then my husband, he's probably gonna talk about where I went to go play basketball. And so we'll just have that moment where we're checking in about what happened.
Awesome. Okay, so why is that magical?
Why is that magical? Because it's things that's happening to you. It's experiences, it's moments that you're going through every day. And if you're not in tune with what's happening in each other's worlds, that's how disconnection happens.
What's happening with you is transparency, which is a part of intimacy.
Yeah.
discovering.
Thank you, Seven.
I was
Appreciate
just trying
you
to
for
help.
giving me the magical moment for dummies
Oh,
version.
don't act like you don't chirp me on the weekend.
Ooh.
That's how rumors get started. See, now people.
I'd rather that one.
You rather that one than,
Yes.
than the
Okay.
other one.
I will screenshot you.
There's a lot of don't you dare. There's a lot of stuff going on in the studio, Dr. Laura, that you probably should be able to help with, but we don't even want to get you in the
we
weeds
need
on
her.
this one.
Do we need a mini session?
Yes, yes.
For the whole panel,
For
baby.
the whole
Everybody,
thing. We
yeah.
need.
But I want to ask you this because I think this is extremely important for people to know, because I know you have a 5-step process for this too. But what is the biggest thing or challenge or after infidelity that people can do? Because I'm telling you, I know women, and I used to be one of them. I'm not anymore, but I would remember the day you forgot to take out the garbage, and I would not let you forget that you forgot to take out the garbage. And so I couldn't even imagine like how I would be after infidelity, earlier. Now I think, well, I don't know, but I mean, I just can't. I don't understand how people can, how you can get past it, really. So what do you encourage people to do? What do you tell them to do? What should they do?
Nikki, that's a great question, because a lot of couples feel that same way. They feel like, oh my God, how are we going to get this thing back together? Because I don't trust you. When you walk out the door, I'm looking sideways, like, where you going? I don't trust you past what I can see you. But I know for a fact that it's things that couples can do to help rebuild the trust. Here are a couple of the things. One is honesty. So for the person who cheated, it's important for them to be honest, transparent about first what happened, and then now what's going on right now. Because if there's unaccounted for time, if you're not answering your phone, that's going to be a trigger for the other person. Now, for the person who's cheated on, though, there's some instructions for them too. A lot of times for the person who was cheated on, sometimes they feel anxious. Sometimes they go through periods of depression. And so making sure their support system is tight. But at the same time, you have to be mindful of not going into a lot of the details of what's going on in your relationship with other people. And you can still get support without going through the details. Like that might look like, let's go for a run. Let's go to the mall. So you're doing things to get support without talking about the details of what's happening in your relationship.
Yeah, it was interesting. I had a girlfriend and her husband, it was it was really a bad cheating situation, and they remained together and they tried to work through it. But her thing was like, now she gets sick of him because he tries to check in so much to make sure that she knows where he is like every second of the day. And she's like, I'm sick of him texting me like, I'm going to get lunch now.
Why don't he just turn on his location?
I'm here to get lunch.
You just turn on his location.
I'm ordering lunch.
I like that.
So, but it's just interesting, like, the whole dynamics and how everything changes. But I mean, I think it's probably one of the bravest things somebody can do is to really forgive somebody and work to save their relationship. I think it's easy to walk away. Especially if the other person is going to commit to working on it as well. So you keep building those relationships, girl. Keep building those marriages.
Thanks, love. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And so you can find Dr. Laura on social media everywhere at Dr. Laura Lewis. Correct?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right.
So definitely follow her on Instagram. She gives out some really great advice. So we appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. This has been awesome.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I'm marking it on my calendar that I'm a part of the reunion tonight. I'm gonna
Hey.
remember this all.
Doc, see, let's be transparent, Doc. This is what you don't know.
Oh God.
Uh-oh, watch out now.
Nick is excited about Valentine's Day because really we're just her harem. This everybody right here
coming out.
is
Truth is being revealed.
So and Nikki obviously likes variety.
Right.
Hello.
Thank you, Dr. Laura. You
Thank
probably
you.
cannot help us. This is like we need
help.
we need
Yes.
somebody to blow the whole thing up and build.
Yeah,
We could build
four-
us all up again.
4 couches. We
Yeah,
can all
four-
have 4 couches.
Hey, let her help us and film it. What's going to happen?
Oh, Jesus. We will be back. We got a lot more to get through, including Ass of the Week. So stay tuned. We will be back with more of the Al Rucker Show.